My name is Jamal Khan, and I am currently serving as Professor Biodiversity and Environmental Studies at the Department of Wildlife Sciences. The Department of Wildlife Sciences was established in 1986, and in its 35th year of existence, we have established one arboretum at the section of Biodiversity and Environmental Studies near Sir Syed House. The arboretum is a piece of land which contains many plants, particularly of a unique variety. So here we have planted many taxa of dry deciduous forest found across India in many protected areas. You will find in this arboretum number of plant species such as Tectona grandis, which is the key species of any dry deciduous forest formation in India. Along with it, its main associates are, for example, the acacia species, Ziziphus species, Caparis, and several others. One of the unique feature of this arboretum would be we would be establishing a mini holy Ganges here, and along this Ganges we'll have the dry deciduous formation which is found along all the rivers and rivulets found in dry deciduous forest, comprising of Syzygium comuni, which is jamun, and Pongamia pinnata. I have planted Acacia nilotica. The genus Acacia has more than 160 species found all over world, particularly Australia and Africa. This particular genus occupies tropical and subtropical climate conditions. In Gir, it is part of one of the key habitat which is called teak acacia ziziphus, and this teak acacia ziziphus TAZ habitat is found in valleys. Acacia nilotica together with Ziziphus mauritiana, these two species are the key plant food species of cheetal, sambar, nilgai, and other ungulates. The TAZ is also utilized by lion as well as leopard. Thank you very much.
My name is Zaki Anwar Siddiqui. I am a professor in the Department of Botany and working as a member in charge Department of Land and Gardens, AMU. AMU campus is one of the best green campus among the Indian universities, and our job is to maintain this green campus, which covered a very large area in this university, and we are generally having a well-developed nursery, a rose garden, and a very huge Gulistan Sayyid Park. We are maintaining all this campus with our full hard work and dedication, and all this credit goes to the employees of the Land and Garden who was working day and night to keep this campus green. Thank you.
the Department of Wildlife Sciences has launched a tree plantation drive to commemorate 152nd birth anniversary of the Father of Nation, and to be a part of that is a matter of pleasure and pride for me. The plant I have just planted here, the sapling, that is Mahua or Madhuka longifolia variety latifolia. It belongs to the family Sapotaceae, the same family to which the common fruit chiku or zapota belongs. The people who have in-depth knowledge of the culture and lifestyle of the tribal people, especially in central India, Bastar, and towards the southern part of India, they know that sometimes this species is known as the lifeline of tribal people, because every part of that is important for them for their day-to-day life. Its bark is used, or decoction of the bark is used for the treatment of the diarrhea, the cough, and some nervous disorders. The leaves are lobbed to feed the livestock, especially the goat and the sheep, and the tussar silk worm that feeds on its leaves, and that is a important aspect of their economy. The flowers of this species, they are very rich in sugar content. They are used to prepare sugary syrup, which is used in many ways, and also fermented to prepare an alcoholic beverage locally known as mahua, which is an important part of the culture. Men and women both consume that mahua during some celebrations. The flowers are also sun-dried and prepared into fine powder, which is mixed with flour to prepare various food items or wood stuffs. The seed of this plant, it provides an oil known as mahua oil, which is used for skin conditioning, skin disorders, also as a fuel, and sometimes to adulterate the ghee, etc. Thank you.
So my name is Ahmed Masood Khan. I am serving here as an assistant professor in the Department of Wildlife Science, Aligarh Muslim University. I have just planted a jamun tree that is scientifically known as Shaegium cumani, and worldwide there are 1,200 species distributed in different countries. In India, over 100 Shaegium species are found. This has many medicinal value. It used in curing diabetes, anti-inflammatory, and even also used in digestive. The seeds have digestive properties also, and every part of this tree is used. For example, leaves, barks, and also stem. Due to fruiting in nature, many wildlife species get attracted towards it, and wherever this plant is planted, biodiversity is likely to be increased. Thank you so much.
Today I have planted Carissa congesta. Its local name is Karonda and it belongs to family Apocynaceae. There are about more than 25 species of Karonda, of which 5 species are indigenous to India. Its global distribution is from Indo-Malaysia, so it can be seen in India, Nepal, Burma, Sri Lanka and Malaysia. It grows in plains and drier areas and along riverine paths too. In appearance, it is a short-heighted bush or shrub. It produces green shiny leaves, white flowers, big spines and berry-sized fruits. Fruits grow in clusters. Its flowering season is March to April and fruiting season lies in July to October. I have planted this plant on the occasion of Wildlife Week celebration, which has coincided with the 152nd birth anniversary of Father of the Nation, Gandhiji. We celebrate Wildlife Week to make everyone aware about the values or importance of plants or plantation. Like this Karonda, it contains many values from commercial to biodiversity and medicinal. In commercial values, the fruits of the Karonda are being taken by the people either in the form of raw or drier to make pickle. It contains pectin, which is an important ingredient to use in jelly, jam, syrup. In medicinal values, it is being used in herbal medicines and Ayurveda to treat stomach, indigestion, fresh or infected wounds, skin disease and urinary disorder. In fact, its roots are being used to make insect repellents. When come to about biodiversity value, so it is providing food and shelter to many animal species and birds. In animal species, spotted deer like cheetal or sambar, nilgai, they feed on leaves and fruits of this short-heighted plant. Many bird species are feeding on the fruits of this plant. This is a key species of dry deciduous ecosystem. It can be seen in many protected areas like Gir National Park, Ranthambore and Sariska Tiger Reserve. Thank you very much.
We are extremely happy today that we are celebrating 152nd birth anniversary of our Father of Nation, Mahatma Gandhi ji, and today also begins the Wildlife Week, which is celebrated till 8th October all over the country, and it is a very nice time to commemorate Mahatma Gandhi ji and to pay tribute to him on this occasion for the sacrifices he has made for the nation. Today I have planted a shisham tree which is native to Indian subcontinent, and this is widely distributed in Indian subcontinent, ranging from Afghanistan up to India and then down in the Southeast Asian nations. I would like to say something before giving details of Dalbargia sisu or shisham, that most of the people, they think that wildlife includes only the fascinating and charismatic species of mammals, birds, amphibians and reptiles, but actually plants are very important and integral part of wildlife, and they are wildlife. All fish are wildlife, all insects are wildlife. So it is very important to give emphasis to plants which basically contribute in a very big way, large way, to contribute to biological diversity of the country. Now I will explain a little bit about the importance and distribution of the species. Dalbergia is a genus which is represented by 120 to 122 species all over the world, and in India there are 25 species of Dalbergia which are mainly found in Western Ghats. Out of 50 species, out of 25 species, about 18 are present in Western Ghats and some of the northeast Indian states, and many of them are climbers. Actually they are climbers, woody climbers, spiny, and in India there are only 7 to 8 species of Dalbergia which are trees. The rest of them they are climbers. So it is characterized by very rough stem having a very rough bark which may be 2 to 2 centimeter in thickness, and the leaves are compound pinnate type. It grows in forest gaps around edges and also in the backyards by vegetative propagation. The species is there are about 8 species which are listed in IUCN Red Data list of Dalbergia, and most of them they are in the Western Ghats, and the most threatened species which is critically endangered today of Dalbergia species is found in Madagascar, and the important uses of this tree are that the bark is used to treat sciatica, and in Siddha, Ayurveda and Unani medicine it has been told that it is the ultimate treatment for sciatica, the bark. And also the leaves, they are sometimes used, the tender leaves they are used as fodder for cattle, and the leaves, the powder of the leaves, that is also used to treat various stomach problems, skin problems and blood diseases. And so this is one of the finest plant which should be promoted for farming and also in agroforestry operations. Thank you very much.
My name is Dr. Kaleem Ahmed. I am working as assistant professor in the Department of Wildlife Sciences, Aligarh Muslim University, Aligarh. Today, on occasion of Wildlife Week, which also coincide with Mahatma Gandhi 152nd birth anniversary, we at Department of Wildlife Sciences started a plantation drive. So to celebrate this, I just planted a sapling of Ficus bengalensis. The Ficus bengalensis belong to genus Ficus and family Moraceae. The genus is spread throughout the world from tropical to subtropical regions, and with more than 750 species. And if we talk about India, it is also distributed throughout the country from south to north and up to Himalayas, about 2000 meter elevations. And this particular plant species is also the national tree of our country and is native to Indian subcontinent and is commonly known as banyan, Indian banyan or Indian fig tree. Actually, the common name banyan comes from, derived from banias. Actually, Portuguese used this word to describe particularly the Hindu merchants who used to conduct their business under this tree and which provide them shades in hot seasons. Thus, eventually, banyan become the names of the tree. So, in one of the striking features of this particular plant species is that they have very aerial descending roots, and which each of which can grow into a new trunk, and thus this plant species spread like a small forest. And in terms of their biodiversity, economics and medicine values, these plants are used in number of beneficial use. If we talk about their biodiversity values, as I just said, that this plant species spread like a small forest, so it provides shelters and food to a large number of the bird species, bats, primates and many other species. And it has also been found that the fig seeds, which actually goes to the digestive system of the birds, are also germinate and sprout more. In terms of their economic benefits, it has been found that the fiber which obtained from barks and aerial roots of these plants are used for making papers and ropes. If we talk about the wood of this particular plant species, it's very hard and very durable. So it is used for making furnitures and different house building materials. And if we talk about the twigs and aerial roots, it is also used for making toothsticks. And if we talk about their figs or fruits, it is also edible and can be eaten dried or fresh. And if we talk in the medicine value of these plants, the plant is used traditionally for large number of the medicines. If we talk about their barks or leaf buds, they are used for the treatment of excessive secretions. Even they are also used for the treatment of diarrhea and dysentery. And if we talk about their tender roots, it has been found that they are very beneficial for the treatment of female sterility. And it has been found that the cleaning the teeth with the aerial roots of this particular plant species help us to prevent teeth and gum disorders. And this is there are n number of the other benefits of this plant species. I just highlighted few of them. In the end, I can say it's a small effort of Department of Wildlife Sciences to look greener and to look better. Join us by planting a small tree and to save us and to save the planet. Thank you very much.
I am Dr. Sharad Kumar, serving as the Assistant Professor in Department of Wildlife Sciences, Aligarh Muslim University. Today, I have planted a sapling of Terminalia valerica on the occasion of 152nd birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, the father of nation, which also coincides with the starting of the Wildlife Week. Wildlife Week is celebrated all over the India to create awareness among the people about the importance and need of wildlife conservation. The genus Terminalia derives its name from the Latin word terminus, which refers to the fact that the leaves appear at the very tip of the shoots. The genus Terminalia comprises of 300 species all over the world, distributed in tropical and subtropical regions of the world. Out of these 300 species, 20 species are found in India, and Terminalia valerica is one of them. Terminalia valerica is commonly known as the bastard or Balearic myrobalan in European countries and Bahida in India. It is a large tree growing up to 35 meters. It is a deciduous tree common on plains and lower hills of the Southeast Asia. It is one of the important tree species of deciduous forest of India. deciduous forest of India can be seen from the foot of the Himalayas to the Cape Comorin. And the distribution of Terminalia valerica in these deciduous forests is from the foothills of the Himalayas till the Andaman Nicobar. Along with various associates, Terminalia valerica comprised one of the important species of the deciduous forests of India. Deciduous forests can be seen in few protected areas in prominent form like the Ranthambore and Sariska Tiger Reserve in Rajasthan and Gir National Park in Gujarat. Terminalia valerica is a very important species because of its commercial, medicinal and the biological values. Although the timber of the tree is not very durable, but it is used in agriculture equipments, boats, boxes, packing materials and light construction. The bark and fruits of the tree is used for making the dyes and leaves are used for making the tannin and also as insecticides in the packing and storing of the different fruits. The oil of the seed of this plant is used in many soaps. If we talk about the medicinal properties of the plants, then in Charak Samhita, the ancient Ayurvedic text, it is mentioned that the fruit has the properties to elevate diseases, give longevity, intellectual ability and the strength. The utilization of the fruit of these plants in the Indian popular rasayan Triphala, which is used for curing many stomach disease, is very popular in India. In addition to this, fruit of this plant is also used for treating many diseases like fever, cough, sore throat, bleeding, urinary tract disorders, hypertension and other diseases. And if we talk about the biological value of the plant, then this plant is an important source for food for the many species of wild animals. Many unrelated species feed on the seeds and the leaves of these plants. Deer species mostly regurgitate the seeds of this plant after the rumination because they are not able to chew the seed of the plant due to the hard covering. And this help in the dispersal of the species. That's why the species is not found in a gregarious form anywhere in India. It is scattered in the deciduous forest. So this is a good example of the symbiotic relationship between a plant and the animal because both the species are helping each other. This plant is also a very important source of livelihood for the forest dependent communities because forest dependent communities are collecting fruits and seed of this plant and selling in the market. So by planting this tree, I want to give a message to the world on this Wildlife Week that saving wildlife is our duty and each and every citizens of the India has important role in conservation of wildlife. So we should all the section of the society contribute towards the wildlife conservation. So I request once again everyone from the India to join the hand in conservation of wildlife. Thank you.
My name is Vijay Pratap Singh and I have just recently completed my MSc program from Department of Wildlife Sciences. And as you all know that today we are celebrating Wildlife Week. So on the occasion of Wildlife Week and 2nd of October, that is the birth anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi, I have planted this tree which is known as Arjun tree, scientifically known as Terminalia arjuna. So this is a tree belonging to the genus Terminalia, which has other 25 species. belonging to this species found all across the India. Some common species like Terminalia blerica, Terminalia cebula and Terminalia alata are the species belonging to the genus Terminalia. So this tree over here is named Arjun in the honor of Lord Arjuna from the epic of Mahabharata, and this tree generally grows up to the height of 25 to 30 meters, and sometimes it generally can cross that height, but it is a general measure of the height, and it finds its origin in India only, and it is found all across the Indian continent, generally around the areas across nearby the rivers or the water bodies. It has very much medicinal properties, like it is generally used to cure cardiovascular diseases like heart attack things and like blood pressure abnormalities. So I would say that on this occasion we must plant the trees and do something for the conservation of biodiversity and wildlife. Thank you.
My name is Aditya Rana and I have just completed my MSc from Department of Wildlife Sciences. Today, on the occasion of Wildlife Week, which is from 2nd of October to 8th October, I am commencing this with planting this a beautiful plant known as Kigelia pinnata or sausage tree. This plant is native to Africa and it has many medicinal uses, like its fruit can cure like either cancer or gynecological problems, skin problems and many other diseases which we are still looking to find a better cure for them. This is a large tree, it grows up to 20 meters in height with huge branches and huge canopy. Its flowers are dark purple in color and it's always good for nature and our biodiversity present in an area. To plant this tree, it supports many species of birds and other small mammals too. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Subkumar Chaudhary. I have just completed my post-graduation from the Wildlife Sanctuary, from the Wildlife Department. On the occasion of Gandhi Jayanti, 2nd October, we planting some trees. I am planting Tectona grandis. It's commonly known as teak and saguan. Tectona grandis is the native of the South and Southeast Asia, mainly Indonesia, Bangladesh and Sri Lanka and Myanmar. It is very important purpose for the purpose of timbrous wood and very useful for the furniture, and it is mainly grow the arid zone to very moist forest, and it is all about the Tectona grandis. Thank you.
I am going to tell you about Pygmy pinnata species on the occasion of Wildlife Week. Pygmy pinnata, its distribution is in India, throughout in India. It's mainly found in Myanmar, New Zealand, USA, etc. It's also found in a wetlands area, Pygmy pinnata, and it's highly ecological roles. Pygmy pinnata distribution in India also is found throughout in India, and in India's distribution found in Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, and in Southeast Asia also is found in Pygmy pinnata species, and its distribution range is almost found in India. Pygmy pinnata is very very found in throughout in India. It's very important ecological roles. Pingua pinnata, and Pingua pinnata is a species that is found in India, and Pingua pinnata is mainly used in multi-purpose uses. Is found in manure, fodder, and it's also high medicinal value plant. Pingua pinnata, it's a great ecological importance. It's and high ecological demand, and it's found in Andhra Pradesh, Gujarat, and it's found in throughout India. And Pingua pinnata, and it's a great ecological loads. I will tell you about on the occasion of Wildlife Week. Plants are very important for us, and it provide high ecological value in this world. So it's important to grow plants and and promote afforestation on this week, and it's very useful for us. Thank you.
This is Devanshu Agarwal, and I am pursuing master's first year from Department of Biodiversity Conservation Management. And today I have planted the plant of this Ficus racemosa. It is also known, its common name is a cluster fig, and it is a member, and its vernacular name is gular, and it is a planting flower of the family Moraceae. And it's a basic native of the Australia and the central India. And it has a wider range of use in the Ayurvedic, and its leaves is basically a shrub, large growing shrub, and its leaves are basically large and very rough in texture, and it's a very fast growing tree, and it's have an important use in the medical medicines, and it's good in the Ayurvedic and Ayurveda. Thank you.
Myself Mirza Altaf Beg, and currently I am pursuing PhD from the Department of Wildlife Sciences, AMU. And here only I have planted a tree called Albizia lebec, commonly known as the Indian ciris, and it is resident to the resident to Asia and introduced into the tropical part of the world. It is used for timber and to control the soil erosion, and medicinally it is used to control the cold, cough and flu and lung infections, and its bark is used to treat the inflammation. And so on the occasion of Wildlife Week, I would like to request you all to plant at least one tree in your lifetime and treat it as your child. Thank you.
I'm Pooja Kumari, student of MSc Wildlife Sciences. Today I have planted neem tree, which we all know is Azadirachta indica, and it belongs to the family Meliaceae. When we talk about the neem tree and its significance in India, it is a native plant, and it is very widely celebrated in India as a very high importance of its other purposes and its medical values also. It is a tree, perennial tree, which grows to about very shady and evergreen leaves, and it has very medical uses, like its leaves are also used in hair growths and dental products. It is also has a chemical known as azadirachtin, which is used as a insecticide. And thank you.
My name is Mohammad Saad and I am currently pursuing my masters from Wildlife Department, and today I have given honor to plant this beautiful and important tree, Bauhinia variegata. Bauhinia is very large genus, and it constitutes large number of species. It is from family Leguminosae, and ecologically it has very uses, and it can be easily identified by its flowers, and the leaves are very unique and it cannot be mistaken with any other plant. So it is very easily identifiable. And coming to the uses of this plant has very vast uses, and which includes this plant is called in Hindi Kachnar, and we all know in India this plant, the buds of this plant are edible, and it is used in as condiments and eaten by many native peoples. And coming to the nativity of this plant is native to Indian subcontinent, and this plant prefers a dry environment to grow, and it is found in many Southeast Asian countries. So I thank everyone for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
वालेकुम, मैं मोहम्मद जमाल, और यहाँ जो प्लांटेशन हो रहा है इनमें पानी डालने की इसकी जिम्मेदारी लेते हैं हम वाइल्ड लाइफ साइंस में एज ए ड्राइवर कम लैब अटेंडेंट काम करते हैं।
मैं सचिन मोहन, डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ वाइल्ड लाइफ साइंस, मैं इसमें काम करता हूँ प्लांटेशन, और इसकी जिम्मेदारी देखता हूँ। पौधे में पानी लगाता हूँ।
मैं शमशाद अली, वाइल्ड लाइफ साइंस, मैं यहाँ काम करता हूँ, और प्लांटेशन की जिम्मेदारी है पानी लगाना, देख रेख करना, ये मेरी जिम्मेदारी बनती है।
जी, मैं हैदर खान, वाइल्ड लाइफ डिपार्टमेंट, और यहाँ की गार्डन की जिम्मेदारी पेड़ों में पानी लगाने की, इसकी मैं जिम्मेदारी लेता हूँ, पानी डालने की।